I'm a private investigator. I've got some witnesses to come here. Inside, I have from the United States District Courtroom.
Tiffany Henyard in court today over illegal appointments she allegedly made for several positions inside.
Tiffany Henyard has been in the spotlight for a while now, but not for the reasons most mayors find themselves in the news. What started as a political career full of promise has taken a sharp turn, and now the headlines are filled with allegations, scandals, and courtroom drama that could mark the end of her political career. It's one thing to get caught in controversy, but what if the person closest to you, your own boyfriend, turns against you in the middle of it all? That's exactly what's happening with Henyard, and believe us, things are heating up faster than anyone could have predicted.
Things as the supervisor, there will be no comments, there will be anything that is me addressing you guys.
Imagine this: Tiffany Henyard, mayor of Dolton, Illinois, sitting in a courtroom hearing her boyfriend testify against her. This is someone she trusted, someone who had been by her side through thick and thin. Now he's revealing her darkest secrets, fueling the already raging fire that threatens to burn down everything she's built. It feels like something straight out of a movie: betrayal, high stakes, and a courtroom filled with tension. And that's not all. This isn't just a local dispute. The FBI is involved, digging deep into Henyard past. We're talking about potential criminal charges that could send shockwaves far beyond the borders of Dolton. Clip 3. So what's really going on here? How did Tiffany Henyard's seemingly solid political career spiral into this chaos? Let's break down the details of this explosive situation. Henyard's troubles didn't start yesterday. She's been caught up in one controversy after another for years, but things took a dramatic turn when her boyfriend decided to turn on her in court. His testimony has become a pivotal moment, not just in the case, but for her entire public image. Now people are questioning everything. Was she ever the leader she claimed to be, or was it all a facade hiding something far more sinister?
It's shameful. Y'all are a disgrace.
We're watching the fall of this administration.
So, in court, her boyfriend didn't just drop a few vague hints about her shady dealings. He went all in. According to reports, he exposed how she had been misusing public funds, indulging in luxuries while the village of Dolton struggled financially. Imagine being a taxpayer in that town, watching your hard-earned money fund extravagant trips, fancy dinners, and who knows what else, while your community sinks deeper into debt. If that wasn't bad enough, there are also claims that she made illegal appointments, bypassing proper channels and filling key positions with her own allies to maintain control no matter the cost. And who was there to witness it all? Her now estranged boyfriend.
We can adhere to some financial limits. We're not looking to necessarily.
The testimony didn't just confirm what some had already suspected, it added new layers of accusations that even her fiercest critics hadn't imagined. It was like pulling at a thread and watching the entire story unravel, exposing a much larger scandal beneath the surface. As for Henyard's reaction in court, let's just say she wasn't ready for this level of betrayal. Her once loyal partner is now one of her biggest threats, and you can
Temporary restraining order blocking her from making those appointments without approval from.
Follow the ruling. He with this bombshell testimony has given new momentum to the ongoing investigations. The FBI, which was already circling, is now digging even deeper. According to sources, federal agents are exploring allegations of bribery, corruption, and potentially more serious financial crimes. Speculation is flying in every direction, and it seems like new revelations surface every day. How far does this go? That's the question on everyone's mind. It's no longer just about Henyard. There are whispers that other local officials could also be caught up in this web of corruption. What started as a local scandal is now on the verge of becoming something much larger. But before we jump to conclusions, let's take a step back and examine the bigger picture.
The judge today declining to hold her in contempt, but did warn her that if she did not follow the ruling,
Tiffany Henyard didn't rise to power overnight. Her ascent in local politics was rapid, but there were always red flags along the way. Early in her career, whispers of shady dealings surfaced with accusations that she wasn't playing by the rules. Some even claimed she manipulated public appointments to secure her political survival, surrounding herself with loyalists who would never challenge her authority. Sound familiar? Those rumors never fully disappeared, and now they are coming back to haunt her in the worst way possible. This isn't the first time Henyard has faced serious allegations. Over the years, she's found herself in and out of court defending herself against various accusations. For example, there were legal battles over her attempts to fire certain officials and appoint her allies in their place without proper approval from the village board. Courts ruled against her, but that didn't stop her. She continued pushing the boundaries, test how far she could go. Now, with the FBI involved, those past actions are under renewed scrutiny, revealing that Henyard has been operating in a very gray area for a long time, and now it's all catching up with
Security firm. We made sure they had wands, and we also told our boards to come upstairs due to the fact they had several ways to exit.
Meetings held earlier. One of the most shocking accusations from Henyard's past is the rumor that she used gang members to intimidate her political rivals. This is where things get really dark. Now we can't say for certain if there's any truth to this, but the fact that these rumors have lingered for so long speaks volumes. With everything else that's unfolded, it's not hard to believe Henyard might have gone to extreme lengths to protect her power after all she's shown repeatedly that she'll do. Whatever it takes to stay in control. Fast forward to today, and Henyard is facing the biggest crisis of her career. Her boyfriend's testimony has opened the floodgates, and now more people are coming forward with their own stories. Presidents are speaking out, accusing her of everything from wasting taxpayer money on personal luxuries to making shady deals with local businesses. Even former colleagues are beginning to turn on her, providing crucial information that
could play a pivotal role in the
ongoing investigation. I guess anything else. I get it all the time. Why? What makes this situation even more explosive is the fact that the FBI has issued subpoenas not just to Henyard but to several of her close associates. These are people who've been with her from the start, who know all the ins and outs of her political operations. These subpoenas could be a game changer, potentially bringing new evidence to light
that could strengthen the case against her. And
let's not forget, Henyard's boyfriend isn't just any random person. He was deeply involved in her day-to-day activities. This means his testimony holds significant weight. He knows where the bodies are buried, so to speak, and
is a new legal battle brewing in Dolton between the mayor and some village trustees.
As Regina Waldrop explains, it has a lot to do with 2 meetings held early.
The scale of this scandal is massive. It's no longer just about Dolton. It's about a network of corruption that could stretch far beyond the village. The FBI is combing through financial records, searching for evidence of bribery and other illegal activities. They are following the money trail, and it's leading them to some shocking places. Sources close to the investigation suggest that more indictments could be coming, and it's possible that Henyard won't be the only
one facing criminal charges when
all is said and done. Trust her and trust me. And yet, despite everything unfolding around her, Henyard isn't backing down. In fact, she's doubling down. Instead of stepping aside or trying to make amends, she's launched a re-election campaign. Yep, you heard that right. In the midst of all this chaos, with an FBI investigation looming and her own boyfriend testifying against her, she's running for office again. It's a bold move, to say the least, and it's leaving people
wondering just how far she's willing to go
to cling to power. So what does her re-election campaign mean for Dolton? Let's be real here. If Henyard somehow manages to win, it could spell disaster for the village. The financial situation is already a mess, with millions in debt and mismanaged funds, and having her in office for another term could only make things worse. Residents are fed up, and trust in local government is at an all-time low. Electing Henyard again would send a message that corruption and
misconduct don't matter, that politicians
can get away with anything as long as they know how to manipulate the system. But can she really pull off a win amid all this? That's the question on everyone's mind. Some believe her loyal base of supporters could carry her through, while others think the tide has turned for good. Either way, this election is shaping up to be one for the history books. It's no longer just about Henyard, it's about whether a politician can survive a scandal that would normally end
a career if she pulls it
off. It will be a shocking comeback. If she loses, it could be the final nail in the coffin. Now let's take a moment to reflect on what all of this means for the future of Dolton. This scandal has already caused deep divisions within the community, with residents taking sides and tensions running high. Some believe Henyard has been unfairly targeted, a victim of a smear campaign orchestrated by her political enemies. Others think she's guilty as charged and needs to face the consequences of her actions. One thing is for sure, no matter what happens next, Dolton will feel the impact of this for years to come. Tonight, Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard is suing some village trustees over Mondays, and the residents aren't staying silent. Comments on the situation are pouring in, and they're just as fired up as you'd expect. One comment perfectly captures the mood. It's just a matter of time. Calm is waiting for her. How does she sleep at night? People are angry and they want answers. And let's not forget this gem of a comment. What's funny is almost all politicians do what she did. She just wasn't smart enough to not get caught. There's a lot of truth to that. It's no secret that politicians sometimes play fast and loose with the rules, but Henyard's downfall seems to be a case of getting too greedy too fast. Lawsuit on top of all the other lawsuits is a waste of the taxpayers. So what do you think? Is this the end for Tiffany Henyard, or does she have one last
trick up her sleeve? Could she actually win
re-election despite everything going on, or are we witnessing the final chapter of her political career? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Whatever happens next, you can bet it's going to be dramatic. Stay tuned.